We work with 6 or 8 different local high schools. We do a lot of the donations for the schools with some of our scrap materials. We actually have some schools that drop off hoppers, and we fill them. They come and get them and empty them out in their school, and use that materials for their classes for welding practice. We'll work with individuals if they have a special project going on and they need certain materials. We'll work with them on projects like that. We do a lot of the plant tours. We like to bring the young men and women in here and show them the potentials, what opportunities are out there for them. We work with a couple different schools that have like a team concept with for example, the electric cars. We'll do a monetary donation for those guys to buy parts for these cars. We like to see these young individuals, working on different projects and thinking the whole project through from start to finish. We work with, a couple schools with a school to work program. If we can have, the senior year, their, second semester, they can get a couple hours of early release. We like to bring them into the shop and, and kind of let them get their feet wet a little bit and show them what opportunities are out there again for individuals coming right out of school.
We currently have 5 youth apprenticeship students right now doing an excellent job in welding, machining, quality, and manufacturing engineering, and we hope to increase that number to 10 in the near future. Amerequip is committed to making a difference in the lives of the youth in our communities and giving them every opportunity to succeed and live out their dreams. Not only does it help us learn how to prepare for the upcoming generation, but it also allows us to help them prepare for what life will be like in a professional environment. And so it's really both of us learning from one another to allow manufacturing and the future youth and students to be successful together.
The workforce today is very aged. It's aging as we speak. According to the American Welding Society, the average welding professional today is 56 years old. And also according to the American Welding Society, of the 1.1 million welders and fabricators out in society today, approximately 40% will be retiring by the year 2019. So there's a huge demand for welders and fabricators. And also, the technology today is very advanced. It's advancing as we speak, and it's complex. What better way to start than working with the students, getting them familiar with this equipment at a young age?
I think we have been able to do a lot of very neat things. We kind of have an open door policy here. We walk in at any time. We're allowed to help train them, give them feedback, mentor them, allow them the freedom to look at us almost as an equal so that they get truly the same thing we're getting, which is growth. So working with the kids, working with the high school, being involved in the tech lab is kind of a two-way street, and ultimately if we can help some of those kids realize that they have a place in the world and they don't have to go to a 4-year school to get a very good job, we may have put them on a path to a successful future.
We have a great example of one child that overachieved. She started when she was a sophomore, had no idea what manufacturing was, much less what forging was. She took many drafting courses and achieved great success academically. We brought her into the design department. She designed for 4 weeks and said, "I could never do this for a living." We took her from there and allowed her to change over CNC pieces of equipment just to experience hands-on, because we're from a hands-on type community. She wanted no part of changing chucks or programming CNC machine tools. The third stop that summer was in the metallurgical laboratory. For whatever reason, she bonded with it, and she is now currently in starting her 3rd year of metallurgical engineering at Michigan Technical University. This young woman couldn't spell metallurgical, much know what it was 7 years ago.
We need to work a little smarter. Clearly in the past, the manufacturers have pretty much told the educators, look, we have this problem, here it is, and thrown it over the wall to them and expected them and the government to produce our workforce for us. And that's obviously not a very collaborative way to do it. And I think through the efforts that we've been working on in the Northeast Wisconsin Manufacturing Alliance, we've been able to build those relationships now, be able to build some trust, and then we'll be able to, once you have that trust established, then you're able to come up with some pretty unique solutions to solve the issue.